Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon an animated television series by the name of Sword Art Online. I'm going to talk about episode 19 titled The Lugru Corridor. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? Just so you guys know, I have seen previous Sword Art Online episodes, I just haven't ever posted reviews for them. Though now I decided to, what the heck, let's go ahead and start posting reviews for them since I've been watching it every week. A lot of times I wouldn't get to it that week. A lot of times I would marathon like 7 or 8 episodes. But now I've made it my mission to, if I can, if I don't watch it live, at least watch it the next day and try not to get, backed up by episodes. So anyways, what is the Lugru Corridor, sort of episode 19, sort of online all about? Well, it's pretty much about them off to the World Tree. Major spoilers coming if you haven't seen the series, but they're off to the World Tree, in the Alfenheim game, to save, Kirito is trying to save Asuna, and that's pretty much the main plot. We find out that in this episode, he actually might be planning an alliance with the Salamanders, because the Salamanders might find, he's a Spriggan, and the Salamanders might find the Spriggan as a worthy adversary, as a worthy companion. And if he does end up, he hasn't yet, but if he does end up teaming up with the Salamanders, our character Kirito and the Salamanders might be taking a trip to the World Tree together. That's pretty much the main just off to save this Asuna, right? That's the gist of episode 19 titled The Lugru Corridor for the animated television series on Toonami by the name of Sword Art Online. So overall, what did I think of this episode? Once again, another fantastic episode in the animated television series with the name of Sword Art Online. I really love the way the story's developing. I really loved, Major's Boys coming up once again. I love those episodes, those very romantic ones with, Kirito and Asuna, wanting to have a family. Yui's their kid, and if you've seen this episode, you know what I'm talking about. Them having a house together. Then, it developed into, the world of Sword Art Online being destroyed, and that whole thing. And now they're playing a game called Alfenheim, where, they're not actually having to be trapped in this game any longer. And I like the whole, I love the way the story's developed, though, where we have, his sister, and it seems that his sister might have a thing for him. His sister, but he doesn't know that his sister plays the game Alfenheim. He doesn't know that his sister is Lifa. He's been traveling around with his sister, going on adventures with her, and he has no idea that his sister is playing the game Alfenheim in just the next room to him. So overall, that's just a very interesting concept, I thought. And I'm really curious to see where the story is going to go. Is he going to be able to save Asuna? Is he going to be able to stop the marriage from happening? Because, in the real world, and, in less than a week, I believe, we have our villain character, I forget his name, but our villain character is supposed to marry her. And she is still, induced in a coma. And, he won't bring her out of that coma. He's forcing her, making her be in that state. I'm curious to see where that story's going to go. If they're going to beat the game of Alfenheim, and if they do beat the game of Alfenheim, what's the next game? Where's that next storyline? Because after that episode of Sword Art Online, where, the game of Sword Art Online was destroyed, I was wondering where the series could go. I was like, man, where can the series go? The game's gone, but the story is still developing. It's developing in a great manner, and overall, I just really like it a lot. My favorite characters are definitely Kirito, Asuna, and Yui. I really like Kirito's character. The best scenes between them are always between Kirito and Asuna, even though they haven't had too many scenes together in the past few episodes because of Asuna being in the World Tree cage and all that kind of stuff. But the best scenes in the series are always between them two. Still, though, a very fantastic episode. It was, it was really interesting learning, who was watching them. The bat that was spying on them, finding out that whole concept of, the Siths and all that. And these episodes seem to be a lot more, I guess you could say, a lot more political than the previous episode. So that's kind of cool, giving it that sort of, political aspect, that whole political vibe. That's very interesting to add to a series like this. And overall, I just love the whole vibe of the series. Him in love with this girl, going on this adventure to save her, trying to stop her from marrying this villain or this bad guy, And I'm curious to see, if he's going to be able to save her. I'm sure he'll be able to, but how, what's it going to take for him to get there? Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek for my animated television series the review of the show by the name of Sword Art Online, episode 19, titled The Lugru Corridor. Next week's episode, it's episode 20, titled General of the Blazing Flame, and once again, Sword Art Online. Once again, thanks for watching the video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I'll see you guys later for more videos by Centipede Geek.